Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. And today's the last of the updates for the 30-day carnivore challenge. We have reached day 30. What happens? What's going to happen? Are you excited to find out who wins? Who trounced the other one? I hope you're not too excited about it, because you may be let down. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to our last 4 update videos, and then I'll do a little talking once we're done. All right, everybody, it is day 27, and I did pretty much the same as I did yesterday. Really, I didn't feel like eating first thing in the morning, and I just kind of stuck with that until I was actually hungry. I waited until my stomach was saying, hey, it's time to eat. And that's when I made myself some bacon and eggs to eat. And then after that, it was late already when I first ate. It was 2 when I finally ate. And so it wasn't like I really needed to eat. Soon my family had dinner and I was not hungry. And so I just didn't eat a second meal. I've done 1 meal a day now for 2 days in a row. Maybe I should make that my thing. I am to that point in carnivore now where you get the weird digestive issues. And I've had it now for 2 days in a row. And I've heard some people say, no, it's not a thing. It's just you're eating too much fat. So maybe I'll have to watch out for that over the next few days and see if that's the case for real, or if it's just, part of your digestive system figuring things out. I would have expected it. Normally that happens to me right away, like first week worth, and then it tapers off. But instead, it's starting now, which I wonder if that's a good thing. I noticed stepping on the scale that I've lost some weight. Of course, that may have all just been water that went out. But anyways, yeah, maybe I finally made it to that point in carnivore where I start losing weight. My body's done taking care of stuff, fixing stuff, and now it's ready to start shedding some weight. Maybe I would be happy because I'm ready to, I've been ready to shed weight for a long time. I've got way too much weight, so I need to shed it. But anyways, we shall see. Let's see what Marshall's doing today.
After today, there's only 3 days left. I can't use my fingers very well. So how did I do? I had scrambled eggs for breakfast with some bacon crumbles in it. That's pretty much been my standard. I didn't have any sausage or bacon or anything else with it because I didn't have a lot of time. So I just had the eggs, the 4 eggs, scrambled with some bacon crumbles. And then later on in the morning, I did have a couple mozzarella sticks just to keep things going. And then I don't think I ate lunch until around 2 o'clock or something like that. And I had some, I guess I can't remember what it's called. It's basically shrimp scampi that my wife found. And the only ingredients were shrimp, butter, water, and wine. White wine, I guess, in there. My wife wasn't too happy that the white wine was in there, but I keep telling her, hey, cook's out, don't worry about it. So that was really good. I'm really glad that seafood is included in the carnivore diet, even though I haven't had very much of it during this challenge. I was going to have some salmon, but it's pretty expensive right now, so we didn't get the salmon. I'd have to look at the ingredients. We have some salmon patties, which sounds terrible, but they actually taste pretty good. It's just salmon meat in a little patty, burger, like a burger patty kind of thing. And it sounds like it'd be bad, but it's actually pretty good. Get those at Costco, but I haven't had those yet. during this carnivore challenge. Maybe I'll try to sneak one of those in here in these last few days. But yeah, I really enjoyed the shrimp and the butter, and I guess there was garlic in there too. So did I violate the carnivore rules by having some garlic in there? I guess I'll let Big be the judge of that. So yeah, that was really good. And then I also had another plate of cracklins, pork cracklins with cheese melted on top. I'm going to stay away from that for the rest of this challenge. Not that I'm never going to have pork rinds or pork cracklins again, but for this challenge, I think because that's been kind of a crutch for me in this last week is the cracklins and the pork rinds. And I probably don't need to eat those. You know, I eat enough during the day without having those, but they're just kind of a nice crunchy snack that has been working for me. But again, it's an additional thing to eat that I really don't need to be satisfied. It's just to satisfy, I don't know, something. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to stay away from that for these last few days and not have that. For dinner later in the night, my wife had gotten a really good deal on some corned beef at the store. It was like $3 a pound or something like that. So she bought a bunch of that and cooked a couple of those corned beefs up. And so I had some of that. And some people don't like it. I like corned beef quite a bit. It's not something I want to eat all the time, but you know, a few times a year, that's pretty good. And it's got some good fatty stuff in there too. So that's all good for carnivore. So that's kind of what I ate on day 27. And I think for these next few days, like I said, I'm not going to have the cracklins or anything like that, but I'm also going to really kick up. My intention throughout all this was to do intermittent fasting, which, you know, have 16 to 18 hours a day where I don't eat. And I kind of started that really good at the beginning. And then I've kind of gotten out of that. I've been eating throughout the day. And I know that's not really at the heart of carnivore either. You're not supposed to eat all day. But you know, I've kind of had a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Probably the most during this challenge. Like I said, not the first week. So anyway, these next 3 days, I'm going to definitely do that. I'm not going to eat and see how many hours I can go without eating. You know, so I'll probably start early, you know, eat breakfast because that's easy. And then have a lunch and maybe try to, you know, squish that down into a shorter time and then just not eat for the rest of the day. Drink water, but that's it. And I think that'll kick this, or no, not kick this off. What would you say? Kick it up for the end of this challenge. And I'll report on what I'm going to do after this challenge on the last day, day 30. But I kind of have already made inclinations of what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's good for today. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Marshall. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. It is day 28, and I'm doing one meal a day. I guess that's my new thing, because that's what I did again today. I didn't eat right away when I got up, and instead I waited until it was probably about 11 or noon. I think somewhere around there. Anyways, I had some breakfast sausage, fried that up, and then I put some eggs in there and mixed it all together and had scrambled eggs with breakfast sausage in it. It was super tasty, wonderful stuff. And I didn't quite finish it all, but I think it was like a pound of breakfast sausage, so that's probably not a big surprise that I couldn't eat a whole pound plus 6 eggs. But that's what I had. Still having digestive issues. I don't love that, but I know it's a phase that you go through, and I don't hate it because I think it means that I'm, you know, kicking off on that weight loss stuff. So I guess it's something I deal with. We'll see. Hopefully that goes away soon, and I'll be feeling normal. Anyways, let's go see what Marshall Latham did on day 28. Marshall, take it away.
I didn't have time to make anything, no eggs or anything this morning, so I just grabbed about 4 pieces of sausage. Well, 3.5 really. One of them was kind of torn in half. So 3.5 pieces of sausage and headed out the door. But I did have some almonds and some jerky also in the morning. And then around lunchtime I was able to have some more of that corned beef that I had last night. That was really good. And I also had a few slices of cheese in there with that. That's all I've had today. I'm not going to eat tonight. My plan was to do intermittent fasting. I stopped at 12:30, and I wasn't going to eat again until, like around 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that. But found out some news about a family member that's not doing very well, and so I'm going to extend my fast for them as well. So I'm not going to eat until around lunchtime tomorrow. So it'll be, well, if I go to 12:30, it could be a 24-hour fast, which shouldn't be that hard to do. And, nothing wrong with that health-wise either. So that's probably what I'm going to do for tomorrow, but I'll let you know what I have tomorrow. And that's all I have to say about that. I'll talk to you later.
All right, so there you go. It's Marshall Latham for you. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. All right, Big Anchorage here. It is day 29, and it was another 1 meal a day. Oh, check out my shirt. What do you think? This is my Carnivore shirt that I got from my friend. It's a Carnivore diet. Eat a vegan. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? That's a sexual thing? I don't know. I'm not sure what this shirt is about. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 1 meal a day. It was a 1 meal a day for me today. Yeah, I got up, didn't eat until like noon, and I had myself a whole bunch of ground beef. Some of it had taco seasoning mixed into it that my daughter had made for herself, and I put that in with my regular just salted ground beef, and I mixed it all together, and I ate a lot of it. Oh, cat, you're noisy. Stop it. Cat, go away. Okay. So, yeah, that's the food that I had today. And, yeah, I didn't eat anything else. Digestive troubles caught me, and worse yet, they caught me on my way to work. I had to struggle desperately to make it before the trouble happened. It was really bad. But I made it, luckily. Made it all the way there and was able to have my digestive troubles where they belong. Barely. And yeah, let's hope that soon, I don't know, I'm going to have to start eating a little earlier because I can't have that happen on my way to work again. That was bad. Can you imagine? Anyways, let's go see what Marshall Latham's got going on. Hopefully he's not having digestive troubles.
Hey everybody, it's Marshal Latham here again. I'm driving while I'm recording this, so please bear with me if I seem distracted or am pausing irregularly. But I'm here to report on day number 29. Day 29, if you remember, I was fasting in the morning, so I didn't eat anything until almost noon. I was going to go to 12:30, but I only made it to about 11:30 when I grabbed something to eat. So I had brought some leftover taco meat that I had from leftover from I think whatever my family ate. Ooh, that car is really tough. Can you hear it? So I had that with some salsa and some sour cream. and that was pretty good. I had also brought along some Costco hot dogs, and I melted some cheese over that. That was, I didn't have it right next to each other, but throughout the afternoon I had those things. And then I was probably good. I probably didn't need to eat anything in the evening, but my family had chicken fajitas for dinner, and so it's just cooking chicken in salsa. And then, you know, if I was eating, you know, I put the chicken and some cheese and some sour cream or whatever and wrap it up in a tortilla. Of course, I didn't have the tortilla, but I did have put some of the salsa chicken in a bowl and added some cheese and some sour cream and just kind of ate it out of the bowl. And that was really good. I enjoyed it. I probably didn't have to have that. I probably could have gone without it, but it was tasty and I enjoyed it. You know, it's kind of funny. One of the key elements that I bargained with Big Anklevich for before we started this carnivore challenge was I said, hey, you know, can I have salsa as a seasoning? Because I was worried about, you know, I don't know what I was worried about, but I thought I really needed to include salsa in my diet. You know, that would be something that would give it some flavor, some appetizing. And so he said, yeah, you can use salsa and other seasonings as well. So that was kind of the ground rules before we started this. But it's kind of funny because, on day 29, I had salsa twice. But before that, I think I only had salsa like 1 or 2 times that I remember. And so it really wasn't that important that I could eat salsa with the carnivore diet. And it just, you know, along the way I learned things, and I learned how to eat a carnivore diet and, you know, what that meant and whatever. And so salsa wasn't as important as I thought it was going to be for that. But yeah, you know, basically just eating what I'm supposed to and trying to stay within the guidelines. So yeah, so that's what I had for day 29. And yeah, wow, only 1 day left. It's really hard to believe. It's gone by really, really fast. So I'll be back to report on my last day of the 30-day carnivore challenge next time.
All right, thanks, Marshall. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 30. Okay, everybody, it is day 30, the final day of the 30-day carnivore challenge with me and Marshall Latham. And I just continued on. I'm doing 1 meal a day just kind of naturally, just kind of fell into it. And that's what I did today. I had myself some bacon and eggs, and I made sure to eat them earlier than I did the day before so that I wouldn't be stuck on the freeway with 25 minutes to go having digestive issues that I have to struggle to hold in. That was not good. So today I didn't have that problem. I still had some digestive issues, but it happened before I left, so that wasn't that big of a problem. So, yeah, cruised to the end, and I'm not sure what Marshall Latham is going to do, but I am just going to keep on going. I'm not going to stop for a second. This is just the way I eat now, and I think it's doing me pretty well. I'll have to get a final weight tomorrow morning and check my blood sugar, maybe check my blood pressure and see what difference this has made in 30 days. I know the weight hasn't been much, but it did go up and I think it came back down, so that's good. We'll have to see what all that is. I don't know if Marshall did any of that kind of stuff to be able to check that out, to be able to see what difference it's made, but hopefully. Anyways, let's see how Marshall did on his last day. Marshall, take it away.
Day 30. Wow. It's been quite a journey, and it's kind of coming up quickly. I mean, it's ending quickly. So let me just report, I'm going to do another recording about summing up what I've learned throughout the process and how it's been for me. But so right now I'm just going to report on how I did on day 30. What did I eat? I had scrambled eggs in the morning. 4 scrambled eggs. I didn't add any meat or anything. I didn't have time for that. Well, I don't know if I didn't have time, but I just I was later leaving than I wanted to, so I just cooked up some eggs, and I think I grabbed some jerky. And then for lunch, I just grabbed, you know, like a chunk of summer sausage and sliced up some cheese. And so later in the day, that's what I did. I you know, just had this summer sausage and cheese. I cut it up into slices and ate it together, and it was pretty good for lunch. And again, this is the same old story, but I was really planning on not eating anything. But I got a call from my wife as I was leaving work, and she said, "We're going to Panda Express. Do you want me to get you some teriyaki chicken?" And I thought about it. I'm like, let's see. There's no breading. There's nothing on that. I said, yeah, get me some teriyaki chicken without the teriyaki. And I guess you can put the teriyaki on separate anyways. So that's what she got me. And so when I got home, we watched Moon Knight together as a family and ate Panda Express, and I had the teriyaki chicken. I didn't eat all of it. I just ate part of it. And that was good. And that finished up the 30-day carnivore challenge. And like I said, I'll be back to talk about, you know, what I've learned and what I'm going to do going forward and how it's changed me. So I'll be back again soon to report on that. But anyway, it's been a challenge. It's been a journey. And I'm glad you're listening to this and going on it with me. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
There you go. That was Marshall's 30th day. So we both made it to the end. Nobody won this challenge. It was just a tie. Okay, so there you go. That is it. 30 days are up. And yeah, it was a tie. It was a freaking tie. The two of us, neither of us had any problems. We made it all the way through, and we did just fine. And you know, here in this last video, you know, Marshall's talking about seafood a bunch because he's experimenting even further, having shrimp and stuff like that. And you know, that's pretty cool. Sadly, I can't do a whole lot of that. I'm allergic to shrimp, and I'm fine with fish for the most part, but I am a little worried about shellfish, so I tend to avoid it just in case. I've not really had a lot of crab, and I'm not gonna buy, you know, pay oysters, what am I talking about? I'm not gonna pay lobster prices to find out if I'm allergic to it or not, so I haven't tried that either. But you know, it's cool that, you know, Marshall was complaining at one point about how there's not enough variety. Seems to me like he's found an awful lot of variety. Having seafood, and he's having, you know, all his different cheeses, and he's having pork rinds, and he's having pork, and he's having chicken, and he's having steak and bacon, and so much sausage, so many different things. And there's still plenty that he hasn't had. I haven't heard him talk about having lamb, goat, alligator sausage. I've had that before. Rattlesnake, had that before too. Not when I was a carnivore, but you know, you have what you can have. Marshall was asking about garlic, if it violates the rules. And you know, as I said when we started this whole thing, spices, they're just spices, you know. It's your choice, really. And I suppose really, can you handle it or not? You know, you put a spice onto a food and it makes it taste better, but it could be causing you issues. A lot of people will discover that, hey, you know, black pepper gives me problems in my digestion if I eat it. That's part of the thing that you do with carnivore. You eliminate everything. You know, eventually maybe Marshall will get down to doing something extreme, like where he goes with just beef and water for a while, and then after that, you know, you can try things one at a time and see, does it cause you a problem? You know, you have all these issues, maybe this is the cause of one of those issues, something like that, you know. That's one of the great things about carnivore that you can do. But yeah, you know, salsa and garlic and all that kind of stuff, it's up to you. A lot of salsas have chunks of stuff in them that could be trouble. You know, like peppers will be in salsa, and a lot of times peppers, you know, nightshades people have problems with. So, you know, check that out, figure it out, figure out what you can handle and what you can't. Corned beef, you talked about corned beef. Let me tell you, you were saying you could have it a couple of days a year. I could have it so many days of the year. I love corned beef. Wonder what's in it. The name like corned beef feels like there should be corn in it, but I don't know if there is. I ought to look into that, find out. I don't eat corned beef hash anymore because that's full of potatoes, I know, but that was something that I loved too. A lot of times in this video and in all the videos, Marshall said that he didn't have time to make eggs in the morning, or he only had time to make eggs, not enough to put some meat in it, or something like that. It's a loud car. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but geez, get a muffler, dude. I don't know about the not having time thing. It's important to plan ahead. You know, that's one of the things that you got to learn when you're doing something like this, is to plan ahead. Always have the food that you need. Don't put yourself in a crisis where you don't have something, and you might wind up choosing poorly as a result, because that's a sucky way to lose, you know? And I've done that a lot of times. A lot of times I'm not planning ahead. Right now I'm doing pretty good. I get enough stuff, and I have stuff that I can get in, you know, right away, real quick. And then I have other stuff that takes a little more time to prepare, but, you know, have yourself a bunch of, you know, frozen hamburger patties that you can grab if you don't have time to get something else. You know, that kind of stuff is good to prepare ahead of time, so that you don't, you know, run up against it and fall on your face because of it. Wind up eating something you shouldn't eat. With your talk of intermittent fasting, I think you've got it, what you were saying. I was going to suggest, but I think you even kind of mentioned it, that, you know, the deal with intermittent fasting is that you want to lengthen the time that you're not eating. And so, you know, a lot of times you talk about having snacks in these videos, and that's the thing you want to get rid of for intermittent fasting. You know, you have your eating window, so you have your big long window of not eating, but also you want to get rid of your any time in between your meals. So, you know, you have your window of eating, and say you eat a meal at the start of the window and then a meal at the end of the window. Don't eat anything in between, because that counts. That's part of it. And if you read some of the good fasting books, they'll tell you that. But anyways, yeah. So we've come to the end. We're ending on a tie. Neither of us won. Or I guess you could say we both won. That's probably the better way to put it. We both won this thing, and we're gonna have to see how it goes from here. I am going to continue on. I'm kicking butt, and I'm not gonna stop now. I'm just gonna keep kicking butt, because kicking butt is better than getting your butt kicked. So I'm gonna keep after it. We do have one more video. This is the last update video, but I'm gonna have a big finale video. Marshall's gonna talk about what he learned, and I'm gonna talk about it as well, and talk about what this did for me, and we'll wrap it all up. And then I'll probably have more videos going on into the future of what I do from here. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching Big Anklovich on health.